Welcome to episode 84 of the Champagne Comedy Podcast, where we talk about the best Australian comedy show from the 90s ever made, Funky Squad, and other D-Generation comedy tidbits. My name is Matt, and joining me on this podcast today is Alison, Daniel, and Tony.
Hello!
Hey.
Welcome back, everyone. Getting along there, and we're nearly finished Funky Squad. How about that? Like, we're over halfway.
Mm-hmm.
And,
oh no, how could we have possibly powered through so many diverse and comedically thrilling episodes?
We're doing something good because Working Dog did reach out I took one for the team, basically. So they reached out to me and they said thank you for the support. They gave me a really cool Late Show jumper. So,
that's great. It wasn't a legal letter then.
No, it wasn't.
I was going to say, was it a legal letter?
No, that's what I was afraid of, because when they emailed me, they're going, "What's your address?" No reason, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. No reason's usually followed by "Sir, you're making a scene," and so no cease and desist. So just a big thank you for that. So no, they're not buying me off or anything. Well, it's just they appreciate the fandom. And
now that you've got the merch, we can let rip. There's we've been holding back till now just in case they were going to give you something.
They need to send us the Late Show jumper each as well, and then we'll never say anything nasty about them again.
Yeah,
it sounds like they thought Matt was the loose cannon they had to pay off. The rest of us were just going to follow his lead.
Yeah,
he's the one with the passwords to all the socials.
Alison.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes. So here's my back chat for this week. I was listening to From the Hideout a couple of weeks ago.
You listened to another podcast?
Sorry. It's disloyalty, isn't it?
No, I do the same thing too. I don't even listen to my own.
Yeah, well, anyway, I listened to this one once, and I hear all the bits that you cut out. So,
people, these recordings go for 3.5 hours.
That certainly feels like it. Yeah. Anyway, From the Hideout, it was a conversation between Tony Martin and Joe Vancaro, and they talk about two things that relate to The Late Show. One is archiving and one is the toilet breaks.
There is a great episode of a podcast called The Artiste, done by a friend of ours called Luke Gibson, and he interviews Pete for about an hour and a half, and Pete is reeling off all these names of radio announcers from the 1960s and the 1950s, and a lot of people I know who have listened to that have gone, do you reckon Pete might be one of the last people who could actually name all those people off the top of his head? Like, you start to wonder, does Pete know stuff that no one else knows? Is there anyone else alive who could just reel off these names and tell you what shows they were on and what their significance was?
You do realise that's who you're becoming as well with films.
I have that with the group, the D-Generation that I was in, because I'm starting to think I'm the only one who remembers what happened in what order. Mm-hmm. Like The Late Show, there was an anniversary a couple of years ago, and I'm reading interviews. I'm going, that was 5 years earlier. I'm going, oh, right, because they've done so much else since then.
Yeah.
It's a way back in their history. I'm still going through that stuff, looking for things to put onto YouTube. And you're going, I think I'm the only one in the group who actually remembers what happened and when.
Yeah. And when does it become unreliable memory?
Well, yeah, I've written a lot of stuff down. Like, I've kept notes. But like anything that's happened in the last 20 years is so well documented online. Like, you can find out the exact date something happened. There's usually a clip of it on YouTube. But when you get back to the 90s and 80s and 70s, it gets a bit murkier.
Yeah. Do you keep a journal?
I don't keep a journal, but I do keep notes of dates and when this happened. But you start to wonder, does any of this matter?
Archiving things?
Yeah,
or just like recording?
Who will care about any of this in the future?
Yeah,
you start to wonder, what purpose am I, keeping these records?
I feel like that's the approach big networks had and lost a lot of important things too. So
That's
maybe,
right.
maybe the answer is it does matter.
Yeah, well, Pete, that stuff he sends around to us on VHS or sometimes it'll be on a DVD. Sometimes I'm going, is this the only copy of this?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah. We used to have sorry to always go on about the Late Show, but we used to have a segment called The Toilet Break where we would play musical numbers or sometimes talent acts from a show that was made in 1987 in Adelaide called Potluck, hosted by Ernie Sigley. And it was a talent show. It was like, the best way I can describe it is imagine a Channel 31 version of The Voice.
Yep.
So it didn't have any
I
of
think
the
that
slick.
exists, yeah.
Is there? Do they do
It's called Ring to Sing.
I've seen Ring to Sing.
I've shown you Ring to Sing.
I
Yeah.
hope you've archived that, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
This show used to come on at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Channel 10, Monday to Friday for a whole year. And so each episode had 10 acts. So that's 50 acts a week for 10 months of the year in Adelaide.
Yeah, wow.
So this was not a show that was saying no to anybody. And there was no rehearsals. People were just coming in off the street, handing their music to the conductor and just going, bang, let's just record. And so we were taping stuff on VHS and we were, Santo and I had compilations of our favourite acts. And when we came to do The Late Show, we went, we had this thing called The Toilet Break because there was no ads on the show. So it was like, we'll run a musical number from an old show and we'll have a countdown on screen so you know how long you've got to go to the toilet. And we went, let's show some of these potlucks. And we contacted the production company and they're like, oh, no, we didn't keep any of that. I think they found one episode, which they sent over. So most of those were just played off our VHSs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well,
isn't it?
you'd assume the broadcaster would hold on to it or have some form of archiving. But even 31 didn't really have that. Otherwise, we'd just run out of memory, really, storage. Storage really quickly.
I couldn't cut that down because all of that was really good information.
Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it? And it sort of gives you a bit of an insight into why the picture quality on some of those potlucks is not amazing. But hey, but the quality of the performance isn't that amazing either. So I guess that kind of thing.
It's on par, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for that discovery, Alison.
Yeah.
Also, a big thank you as well. Wow, people are really giving us coffee now. So thank you so much, Tim Chuma. He's an ongoing supporter of the podcast and he bought us all a coffee recently. So, it's very, very kind of you, Tim. Thank you. Because
thanks for keeping us well caffeinated.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, especially in this time of need of caffeinated beverages to keep us going. So, yeah, big thank you, Tim. And if you do want to, if you think our podcast is worthy of a coffee that I guess is a step up from 7-Eleven, then yeah, by all means, the link is in the show notes, but it's buymeacoffee.com/TLS Champagne Pod. Before we wrap up, I do believe you've got one more bit, Alison. There's no audio for this, but it's something that you saw.
Well, it's quite easy to go and have a look at this yourself. It's on Judith Lucy's Facebook page. And she posted a picture recently, which she says is from the Late Show era. And it's a picture of her dressed as a piece of chocolate. And she's sitting in a bar with a beer in her hand, doing a typical Judith Lucy face, I would say. And she says that this photograph was from the Thelma and Louise sketch. And I'm thinking, well, hang on, there's no point in the Thelma and Louise sketch where she's dressed as a piece of chocolate. So either she's misremembering that.
Like what Tony said, yeah.
Yeah, or it's a cut scene, right? So, okay, guys, any theories as to why Judith is dressed as a piece of chocolate?
Well, I think she's a bit of a glass and a half in that shot, so.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh, look, I know. Didn't we all get around as pieces of chocolate in the early 90s?
Oh, non-stop, man. Well, anyway, send in your theories because we have clearly absolutely no idea.
No.
And we think that she probably misremembered also.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
Anyway, or just go and enjoy the photo on her Facebook page.
With the wacky Judith.
I was just going to say, it's a good photo, but I mean, either it's a deleted scene or it's something we haven't remembered yet. There's kind of no third. It's not like, oh, well, I don't know, maybe she was working at a shopping mall promoting chocolate. Standing outside waving a sign over her head while dressed as a piece of chocolate. I mean, that could possibly be it, but you'd assume it's comedy related.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been maybe from one of her shows of the era where she dressed up as the chocolate. But anyway, don't know.
And there is something else which I was going to squeeze into your program guide, Daniel, but I thought I'll squeeze this in here so I don't dilute or distract from your very important program. Oh, you know what?
Well, I've also just got something else in for the back chat as well. This all stems from the cinema in Glenelg has changed owners this week.
This is in Adelaide, right?
Yeah. Sorry, yes, in Adelaide.
So it's owned by Warren Perso now. So you get Filipino fur burger and French chicks in a nutty double feature.
No, but I might get to that in a moment. So there used to be a cinema on Jetty Road, which is the main road in the seaside suburb, palindromic suburb of Glenelg. That got demolished in 2009. And
it was a lovely building, that.
It was, yeah. And basically another cinema popped up off a side street off Jetty Road about a decade ago.
With raincoat people?
And yeah, basically this week, the former tenants, which was Event Cinemas, decided they didn't want to pay the rent to the landlord, which is the Taplin Group, which owns a fair chunk of buildings on Jetty Road as well. Basically, Event is out and now Wallace Cinemas are in the same building because there's not much else you can really do with an abandoned cinema, really, apart from change the signs and show more movies. But basically, I was looking at all the conversation about the Glenelg Cinema changing hands, and somebody piped up saying, what about the Windsor Theatre in Brighton, which is kind of nearby? And it's one of these cinemas, I don't know if you have these kinds of cinemas in Sydney or Melbourne or even London. Basically, it's home of the $10 double feature. It's sort of like they don't show the latest sort of movies.
So it does cult screenings.
There is a bit of cult stuff in there. So like this weekend, you could see the drama Jimpa, which was showing at the Adelaide Film Festival last year, I think, paired with some sort of Irish drama called Four Mothers. Again, you would never have heard of these movies, but you can't beat the price, basically. And yeah, they just change from week to week. But the thing is that one of the things that they're doing is that the building that they're in on One Commercial Road in Brighton is turning 100. So they're celebrating with a century of cinema. They're showing on Friday and Saturday nights one movie from each of the 100 years. So at the moment, they're somewhere around the late 40s, early 50s. And they've announced most of the years that are going up to present day. And it just so happens that on the Saturday, the 5th of September, they happen to be showing a movie from 1997, which we might be interested in.
Oh, right. Okay. I wonder what that could be called.
Con Air?
Yes. No, it's The Castle.
Oh, is it?
Really? Wow.
So yeah, somehow that's made it with Rocky Horror and Citizen Kane and
I'd say it was up there.
You could watch The Bicycle Thieves tonight on the night of recording if you wanted to.
That's a good guess.
I mean, Titanic was 97, wasn't it? So,
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's a very popular film, but, The Castle's obviously better.
Well, you'd kind of hope that the lineup through, like, from 97 through to the early 2000s would just be back-to-back Aussie comedy classics. I mean, you could start putting on Crackerjack and Bad Eggs and You Can't Stop the Murders and Ned. And,
I'm just having a look to see what else they're showing from the 90s. So
no Fast and Furious films in the noughties there.
Yeah.
No, I would love to have just Ned on loop. That will be fantastic.
Yeah, God, there's you and your stupid mate.
Yeah.
There's, I don't know.
Takeaway.
It's just, takeaway.
I
That's
suppose
another
if the
win.
cinema wants to go bankrupt, it can definitely do that season you're proposing.
It would be worth it just to like constantly pound in every sort of Aussie comedy film till they sort of falter, around the early 2010s. But yeah, you could have quite a strong, not strong, pungent lineup of Aussie classics.
Oh,
The Man Who Sued God, they could do that one.
You Can't Stop the Murders is a nice tribute. I love that. Especially when you're talking about the super sperm. Or the...
Oh, God. I don't know. I think I've got like 5 copies of it here. It was one of the films I used to pick up.
So I know I've got the 6th one known in existence. So there we go.
Yeah.
We know that's where the movies are.
Well, you've got one of my copies of Ned when I was grabbing that as well.
Yeah.
Is it time for Guru Wayne?
Oh,
yes.
it's always time
Or
for
Going
Wayne.
Down Under. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
there we
does
go.
that mean they'll be playing
I
Heaven
think we need
Tonight?
to-
Yeah. And
all of the movies you've mentioned are not on the list. Like the ones from the 90s,
What?
it's stuff like Jurassic Park, Schindler's List,
Toby Goes
Fargo,
Bananas.
The Truman Show,
Oh.
The Matrix,
Where's the Honourable Wally
Silence of the
Norman?
Lambs.
Chicken Park.
I think we need to have a word to the Windsor Theatre management and try and put on the
Come on.
shithouse Australian comedy season.
Jamal made a
Because
bunch of-
at the moment they're full up until about mid-December.
Oh, hold on. It's
Basically
Shithouse Comedy
going
season.
through a century of cinema.
So that means you got Wog Boy, Wog Boy 2, and Wog Boy 4.
Yeah.
So, well, it's confusing. That's Wog Boy 3, but Wog Boys
Yeah.
Forever. Which,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, you've
Yeah,
got
look,
what?
any Adelaide listeners, who want to meet up and watch The Castle on the 5th of September, plenty of time to get your tickets. Tickets are $20 for this,
Oh,
but that's still a pretty good price, I reckon, considering the price of all the other megaplexes in the area.
for $20, you can buy a used DVD player and a used copy of The Castle.
Yeah, but you don't get to see it on the big screen with all of us.
Well, you
The-
could
the big
always...
screen.
So
They could screen the documentary Tackle Happy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
do it as a double feature.
Shonky Golf with Mick Malloy. Why
Yeah,
can't
the-
they screen that?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. We haven't even...
So basically, I'll try and be down there as long as I can fit in the seats, of course. And if you want to get your tickets, you can go to windsortheatres.com.au/a century of cinema.
Wow, that's a long way from Glenelg.
It's a short walk from the Brighton train station.
Yeah. I don't know Adelaide. So, I was just, because
But
you- I'm
not
just
that
saying,
far
like,
from Glenelg.
yeah.
Look, all you
But
do...
yeah, basically every Friday and Saturday at 7:30, apart from Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is getting a midnight screening naturally, you can go and see a bit of cinema history.
Excellent.
Well, yeah,
And hey, my idea? Why does Rocky Horror have to be the only one that has its own traditions? Why can't we have a handful of people standing in front of the screen reenacting The Castle, so that we can all, say all the lines along?
But,
That's
What,
going straight
chant,
to
chant along a
the pool
castle.
room.
Yeah.
What is it with wogs and cash?
I'm pretty sure if you go to that screening, you will find people doing that. They won't be, it won't be an organised act. It'll just be people yelling out,
no,
their
yeah,
favourite
it would be. Oh, I see. I get that reference. What reference?
Yes.
So
Oh,
yeah.
finally, the pool room makes sense.
Yes. And then your snacks will be rissoles and ice cream straight from the punnet.
Oh, look, I
What's
reckon.
this flavour you've put on that, Dal? Salt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seasoning. Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing, because I was looking up about the Windsor Theatre. Apparently, the only minor complaint is that you can get popcorn, but it's not hot.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, well,
Travesty of travesties.
I say the
Travesty.
minor complaint is they haven't put on a Jamoan double feature of, the crack and the extra.
yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. Burn the
Look.
place down.
So much quality Australian cinema just waiting to be shown, and they're letting us all down.
Yeah. Well, speaking of being let down, let's see what's in the TV guide, hey?
It's all in this week's TV Week, packed with great family entertainment.
Really building it up there.
Well, I do have one thing for you, Daniel, before you get into your list, because I know you wouldn't have covered this, but I do have what was on Hey Hey It's Saturday, only 2 days beforehand.
Was it racist?
Well, if you...
Was it a product of its time?
I was going to say, what was on that night? Racism.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
Hey, it's racist.
And a side serve of misogyny.
Yes. Well, here's the main part that I got from the episode was this with Jane Kennedy being a judge on Red Faces and plugging a certain something.
Yet Red Faces time, and our judges, would you welcome from the Funky Squad, Jane Kennedy.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Well, Jane, you're not in the gear, you're not in the Funky Squad gear, but if you
No,
were,
thank
you'd be.
God.
And this is this out on Monday?
Yes, that's the gratuitous attempt to cash in on 70s memorabilia, but we do it in the 90s. It's the Funky Squad Annual, which is out at all good bookstores on Monday for $19.95.
For how
It's
much?
$19.95.
$19.95.
Yes.
Whoa.
Well, no, it's it's packed with politically incorrect fun for the whole family.
Didn't want to be.
Whoa,
But it's not for young kiddies.
$19.95, that's cheap, isn't it?
It's quite good,
It's got lots
actually.
of cartoons and things and information on all the characters and stuff in the series.
You bet.
And
Yeah.
also, and guess who would be good to flog this for you?
I can think of someone.
Yes, he's here. That man we knew from the Demtel campaign, who's no longer Demtelling, but he's World Environment Daying for ARC. Tim Shaw.
And I just left it there. So, yeah. Anyway.
Well, I've just looked at the back of my...
That's too much 90s in one clip.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Funky Squad, by the way. She's from The Funky Squad.
The Funky Squad, yes.
Yeah, but I've just checked the back of my annual and it does indeed say 1995.
Well, Daryl's shock at that price is understandable because that was pricey for the time.
Yeah. Oh, Daniel, do you have time to do a calculated conversion?
Yeah.
$1995 from 1995 would be...
I've just got to find
You've
just
got
got
to,
a Google inflation calculator.
I was going to say, you've got to adjust all the figures now with the fuel crisis, so double the result you get.
1995 in 1995. Haha. It won't let me do 2026 because the year hasn't finished yet, so I have to say 2025.
Oh.
$43.78 in today's money.
Oh, that's about right when you have a book based on film, TV. Well, yeah.
Nah, that'd be at the high end, I'd say.
Yeah.
You're still sort of looking at $30 seems to be kind of a bit of a limit. They kind of don't want to go too much over that unless it's, going to go straight up to $45, which I guess this probably would have.
Yeah, I'd say 45 from Dimmicks, and then Booktopia will probably have it down to like $36 or something.
Yeah, and I think back then as well, you didn't have the cheap Chinese printing that, where most books are done now, that sort of keeps the prices down to some extent.
Or even worse these days, print on demand.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, don't knock that. I do have a Brian Trenchard Smith autobiography on a print on demand. Nice big chunky book.
The copy of the Bogan Pride book I bought from like the outlet store was $2 about 7 years ago. So,
$2 too much, mate.
Rebel Wilson does have a new movie coming out in a few weeks.
Yeah.
The very controversial The Deb is getting a release in Australia. So, yeah, get down to your local cinemas and see a film that's meant to be good apart from her appearance in it.
I can't wait to see that down the Windsor in about 3 months.
There we go.
Yes, there you go.
All right,
feature
worth every of the $5 that I would pay.
Nice. All right, what's in the program guide, mate?
Okay, ABC, it's all the usual. Funky Squad at 8, Four Corners at 8:30. Media Watch at 9:15 and McFeast live from the bowels of Parliament House at 9:30. Over to Channel 7, we've got Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. It's Season 2, Episode 16, originally aired in the US on the 12th of March 1995. It's titled Lucky Leon. Lois and Clark try again to have their first date when Jimmy Olsen, photojournalist for the Daily Planet, gets charged with murder. And Superman is tricked into stealing nuclear warheads from the government to give them to terrorists, thinking that he was stealing them from terrorists to give them to the government. It turns out that Jimmy's boss from his second job, Lucky Leon, played by John Kapelos, is behind the murder and the stealing, and is also involved with the criminal organisation Intergang. So, hell of a lot going on there.
Yes.
Okay, well, Intergang has a proud tradition in the comics going back to, Jack Kirby in the 70s. So I'll not hear a word said against Intergang.
All right.
And their eventual head honcho, Darkseid, the big bad of the DC.
Ah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Yep.
This is all going over mine and Alison's heads.
They were Darkseid's human flunkies on Earth, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Darkseid was meant to make a brief appearance in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and then
they were building up to that, and didn't quite work.
You just played the baffling. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I thought about.
Don't make me go to the comic books.
Yeah.
All right, quickly to SBS, the fourth of a new 8-part Canadian documentary series, David Suzuki's The Nature of Things. Tonight, they're examining the various types of allergies and the research being conducted into their possible cause and cure. That's allergies, nothing to sneeze at. Is the right reaction. Over to Channel 9 at 8 o'clock, we've got Murphy Brown. Last week, we had a quick dalliance into Season 4, but we're back into Season 7 now. Season 7, Episode 13. This aired in the US on the 2nd of January 95, and it's titled The Best and Not So Brightest. In this episode, we see the return of Stuart, a buffoonish former FYI reporter who annoyed Murphy, Jim, and Frank to the point that the three colluded to have him fired twice. But you can't keep an annoying character down.
You're looking at the new congressman from the 7th District of the great state of Arizona. And if I'm lying, I'm buying.
How did someone like you get to be a congressman?
In the 18 years since you guys got me fired from FYI, my life has been on a seemingly endless downward spiral. But only in America could a man who's been drummed out of every job he's ever had become an elected official.
So yes, Stuart returns. Yeah.
Before you go further, was that Wallace Shawn?
Yes, well spotted. Yes, better known as the voice of Rex in the Toy Story movie.
No, I was actually going to say inconceivable. So, Princess Bride.
Yeah.
But
only Wallace Shawn can make the phrase "a seemingly endless downward spiral" sound fun.
Yeah. Hey, My Dinner with Andre is a great movie.
And basically Stuart returns to Washington as a hopelessly inept party line Republican congressman who didn't find out who was contributing to his successful election campaign. He finds out the hard way when he gets his abhorrent talking points just before an interview on FYI. Very funny stuff if you want to seek out that episode. Most of the other episodes that have been up against Monkey Squad have been very dry, dramatic kind of stuff. But this sort of thing, especially with Wallace Shawn, who seems to pop in once every season in Murphy Brown. It's a bit better.
I just want to thank Matthew for his shout out to My Dinner with Andre.
Thank you.
Though I do prefer the video game version myself.
Yeah, tell me more.
All right, let's bring it home on Channel 10 at 7:30. It's Healthy, Wealthy and Wise.
The music to my ears.
In tonight's action-packed episode, the latest in car audio systems, including improved CD technology.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, throw out your cartridge player.
Your 8-track gone.
Yeah.
How Matisse has influenced Australian designers and artists. coinciding with a Matisse exhibition that's in the country.
I was going to say the answer there would be not at all.
You might be wrong there, Tony, because like your Frederick McCubbins and all that. I'm pretty sure they were influenced by the Impressionists.
Don't ruin my cheap joke.
Sorry. I brought facts and art history into this podcast. What the hell am I doing?
Yeah, god damn, you're too intelligent.
This is going over Matt, Tony, and my heads like the DC superhero talk was going over our heads earlier on.
Baffling. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Move on.
All right, well, speaking of baffling, learn how to make a pomander.
Pomander?
What do you reckon a pomander is?
Oh, God, what's a pomander?
A kind of dog?
I'm thinking pomegranate.
No.
Is it like a... I don't know.
To sort of borrow from the castle, it's an orange studded with cloves.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Makes the room smell nice.
Popular Christmas decoration as well sometimes.
Also good for the toilet and the garbage waste. And
Yeah, make it, then chuck it out immediately.
There
Yeah.
we go. Yeah.
So I think I've saved you about 5 minutes of TV watching saying, just stick some cloves in an orange, you'll be all right.
Yeah, nice.
Then Jim Brown looks at planning the regrowth of trees after storm devastation.
Mm-hmm.
Very fun. And this is the one I actually would like to see this. Ian Hewitson visits Don's Table, the restaurant run by former South Australian Premier Don Dunstan.
Yeah, I'd be up for watching this too.
Yeah. And Ian persuades Don to cook a chicken curry. What is it with politicians and chicken curries?
Well, curry for the country type thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing with curries is they're relatively easy to make, but the result is nice. So like, no, it is. It's you just kind of, chuck some
you can
onions
hardly
and
go
garlic
wrong
in
sticking
few
chicken
spices.
and veggies and
it's
stuff
like a
in
default
it.
flavor or a default spice because it makes it sound complex, but it's not.
Yeah, exactly. It sort of it feels there's loads of different spices in that, but actually it's not that hard to make.
It's like out of the castle. What did you put on this? Seasoning.
Yeah. 10 different spices.
Yes, it's basically curry and salt, yeah.
Or maybe just curry powder. I don't know. I assume Don kind of ground his own spices. He was that sort of guy, but
Yeah.
Anyway.
So if anybody has that segment, whack it up online. That actually that sounds actually interesting amongst all this other, usual lifestyle TV
interesting
stuff.
to South Australians anyway.
And then go and make yourself a pomegander and hang your head in
pomander.
Pomander.
Sorry, I was going to say. I see I've combined our pomegranate.
You mean your house isn't full of pomanders anyway? Nah.
I am the president of the Pomander fan club. Yeah.
All right, that's enough program guide. I think let's get to the episode.
Thank you very much for that, Daniel. Yeah, we'll roll straight into it. We've got Funky Squad Episode 5, The Wrong Side of the Tracks, broadcast Monday, the 22nd of May, 1995. And I finished before the theme with the music finished, so, whoops. Yes, a synopsis being a member of the local gang is killed and Funky Squad find out why. Man.
Warm up that deathalyzer.
Yes. Well, they're just so informative on the back of the DVD cover of Funky Squad where it says what it is. And you notice that the titles as well, and I know it's a play on how these shows were written, like the serious ones that it's parodying, but how stencil or template the names of the episodes are. A degree in death. Think
a shot in the dark, little girl
like
lost.
Police Squad in colour when they do the titles. Yeah. So anyway, straight into this where there's a gathering at a bar with Johnny, the leader of the bandits, a street gang. He's playing pool, and he's no what's his name? Who's the dude that was about to say the wrong person's name. Mick Malloy, Eddie Charlton.
Eddie Charlton. Yes, it's not quite an episode of Pot Black.
No. He's no Eddie Charlton, but his members talk...
Potheads. That's as close as I could get.
And I'll give you that. His members talk about the rival gang, the Skulls. So you got Bandits and the Skulls. What were the gangs in You Can't Stop the Murders, Tony?
Oh, God.
The Bandito. Oh, that's it. The Banditos and the Banditas. There was the A letter
Well,
difference.
the
I can't believe
Banditos
I remember that.
Well,
Bandilos?
it's clearly pushed out some important life facts out of your brain, keeping that around.
Yeah, he can't remember his PIN number anymore, but you know, he knows that. So
and the Banditos are an actual motorcycle gang, so presumably they didn't take too much offence, or perhaps they did, which is why we never got a You Can't Stop the Murders 2.
I was trying to squeeze in what is it? 2 Stop 2 Murders. There we go. That part of the Murders franchise.
No, it would have been 2 Can't Stop the Murders.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, we then meet Johnny's little brother Tito, and that is one Anthony Kalia. So, but he's not credited as Anthony Kalia in the credits. So, but
no, he's credited as
Anthony
DeFazio.
Yes. So Johnny warns Kenny to stay away from the gang as it's not good for him. That is warning his Tito. And Johnny's all fired up, so he goes outside for a breather where he's knocked out with a baseball bat by an unknown assailant, who then leaves a skull brooch behind.
As you do when committing murder.
You whack someone in the head and then you litter.
That's kind of a trope from these kind of crappy cop dramas, though, isn't it? There's the type of villain who always leaves the clue as to who it was.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of that next episode, I think.
Yeah. Or maybe he whacked him on the head and he had just finished eating his Kinder Surprise and he got this little crappy toy in the middle. So he just placed it there. It's like, yeah, you can have that one. So after the opening titles... it's inside a normal day in police headquarters. The blue-collar officers can't understand the street lingo. Luckily, Funky Squad are there to somewhat translate and make sense of what the guy's actually saying.
So what exactly did you see?
Look, here's the lowdown, okay? I'm cruising down 25th Street. I eyeball some action, some night moves dockside.
So, did you see the suspect?
Man, I said I eyeballed him. I ain't talking no mirage here. You dig where I'm coming from or what?
Look, I don't know what you're talking about, but we need to get a full description of the culprit in order to mount a successful prosecution on your behalf.
What?
Hey, what square boy here is trying to lay on you is this? To slap the cuffs on this cat, we need a snapshot word-wise.
Okay, now I'm with you. Okay, Mystery Man was a honky hombre, 2 clicks over the 6 in mighty flesh threads.
You get that?
Honky?
Hey, take a letter, Maria. Suspect was male, Caucasian, 6'2", and well-dressed.
Hey, he speaks the language of the streets. I speak the language of love.
I'm just glad he didn't say that he speaks the language of the sheets.
Yeah, he could have gone there. I really enjoyed Wayne from St Albans there talking to the constables.
Yeah. And so the chief asks if Funky Squad have read the newspapers, and Cassie points out the story about the gang-related attack, but the chief is complaining about wealthy socialites being robbed. Before I played a grab for this, I did a zoom in or pause on the news article where looks like the header's been cut out, placed on, photocopied on and everything. And I even hit Trove up to look up the name of the reporter and a couple of random lines and couldn't find a damn thing. So... it's
okay. Well, that's because you're using the free stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Whereas, yeah.
What have you found?
So for the program guide, originally I had to go all the way to the state library to get all this stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then I found out that newspapers.com charges a subscription for the same stuff, and you can just do it at home.
Yep.
with the added bonus that I can search for the other headlines that haven't been altered. So I can tell you that the article by Lisa Kearns is Bond Rise Prevents Australian Dollar Slump. Commonwealth long bonds staged a partial recovery yesterday, preventing the dollar from falling prey to sustained selling when the greenback lost further ground to the yen.
Whoa, so that is gang-related.
So, yeah, this is a page out of the Business Age from the 1st of March, 1994.
Oh, shit. Wow. We've completely broken the illusion there, haven't we? Wow.
Well, I'm guessing back then it would have been a lot easier to create a fake newspaper, whereas now you'd actually have to find a newspaper.
Well, then again, I did point out that they had a photo of Hill Street Blues staff on the wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, so some of these are clearly deliberate mistakes there for you to spot. Like the Hill Street Blues one is just a kind of in joke, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can understand why they would do that too, because the Chief does remind me of Frank Furillo in that character in the show. So anyway, sorry, as you were, Daniel.
That's okay. No, so that's the first bit of paper, and then the bit of paper that the Chief is referring to with the picture of a house and socialite robbed.
Yeah.
So I was going by the headlines that are underneath the Chief's hand in that shot.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it turns out that this is from the front of the real estate section of The Age from Saturday, the 5th of March, 1994. Now, it turns out they haven't actually changed the picture of the house that's used there.
So it's just a new headline.
Yeah. So instead of it being socialite robbed, that was covering hillside site gives commanding bay views. An article about a property in Frankston South. In fact, if you want to go and have a look at this a bit on Google, it's 14 Merrigal Court, Frankston South.
And is there another part of the article or in the news as well that says Daryl Summers says that next year will be his final year?
We hope so.
Only if it had to do with him buying a new property in the real estate section.
Ah, gotcha.
So, yeah, like considering that the proper address is in the Age, even though it's been covered up by Funky Squad, it does look like the property has remained unchanged. According to all the sleuthing you can do when you just pop an address into Google, there's a fair amount of information on realestate.com.au saying that the house was built in 1987 and has basically stayed largely as it is. It's some sort of like a boomerang-shaped property. It's got 12 main rooms, land of approximately 0.27 hectares. They were wanting $600,000 for it in 1995, which I haven't actually. I'm going to go back to the inflation calculator.
Yeah, I'm going to say the inflation calculator is only going to give you a rough guide because house prices have not been constrained by inflation in the last couple of decades.
It's reckoning it's $1.3 million in today's money.
Oh.
But again, with real estate, yeah. Name your price.
Does realestate.com mention that, as seen on Funky Squad?
I think that might have brought down value.
Well, so while the Chief is complaining about wealthy socialites being robbed, Funky Squad have other ideas.
In retaliation to the attack, members of the Bandits gang went on a rampage knocking out windows in an area controlled by their rival gang, the Skulls. Do you really think these hoodlums deserve our help?
These kids aren't crims, Chief. Don't you get it? They're victims of a system that just don't work.
And P.S. Society don't give a damn.
The Commissioner has specifically asked for these burglaries to be stopped.
So some fat cat sitting in his $50,000 penthouse on Easy Street clicks his fingers and Silvertop comes running like Rin Tin Tin on a leash.
And the kids on the streets downtown are left with zip.
Well, Chief, we didn't know justice was for sale.
All right, Funky Squad, you can have 48 hours to solve this case.
Thanks, Chief.
Funky Squad, 48 hours.
$50,000 house. Wow.
I just don't get what kind of cops don't realise that a front page story is more important than like a tiny story on page 7 or whatever that they've dug up about, gangs gone wild.
But they're so impassioned by all of this injustice on the streets.
Yeah. Justice isn't for sale, despite what they taught us at Police Academy.
Mm. Are you suggesting that at the Police Academy there are entire modules on how to be corrupt?
I'm pretty sure they just have a thing saying, crime in rich neighbourhood equals important, crime in poor neighbourhood equals ?
And then wouldn't it be...
Put it on the back burner.
Well, we do meet Miles Strickland, a wealthy property developer who is buying up shop fronts who want out, really, due to the rising crime. As one fruit shop owner leaves after accepting an offer half of what he was originally offered, Strickland's goon opens the door.
So, everything went well last night? Smooth as silk. Wait outside the pool hall, kid comes out, whacked him. And you made it look like a gang attack? Sure. Don't I always? The boy's still alive. Did he get a look at you? Maybe. But shape he's in now, he ain't gonna be remembering much. Still, I'd rather be on the safe side. Why don't you visit our young friend in hospital and finish the job? I think euthanasia is perfectly acceptable in certain circumstances.
Excuse me, Mrs. Strickland, there's a grocery shop owner. Says he's ready to sell.
Well, let's not keep him waiting. Here's to declining property values.
Yeah.
I do have to congratulate Working Dog on their casting of the goon because he's great.
Yeah.
He's my favourite part of this episode.
Yeah.
You couldn't find a more Aussie-looking thug.
He does look quite a lot like the goon from several episodes ago, though. Possibly they're brothers. But
Yeah,
I guess there's a type they're going for.
Oh, wait. So you're saying they're hired goons?
No.
Oh, well. Anyway.
I'm saying that down at the casting agency, there's a book of like guys who could
Goons.
potentially play goons, and there's just a load of kind of quite large men. Just flip through all the large men and go, yeah, I'll have that one.
It's just page after page of thick necks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's an ad break.
She's the night bird, hear her calling, says the right word. Now I'm falling, no use fighting it, no wrong or right in it, boy. You just got to give in. Yeah. Dark tasting cola, dark tasting cola, dark tasting cola. Export the dark tasting cola.
Oh.
Dark tasting women.
And
dark tasting women.
Wow.
What does dark taste like? What kind of flavour are you expecting when they tell you something is dark?
Caramelly kind of.
But that's what cola is at the moment. It's caramel.
Yeah, it's how do you get darker than regular cola?
Schweppes Dark
Are you
Export cola.
suggesting there might be a bit of bullshit around this ad?
Oh,
Apart from
I would
from the
never.
sort of racism element.
Oh,
there's like,
100%. There is, yeah.
No,
I think
it's just racist. That's
they had
the
to get
issue.
a black person, a black woman who looks like, if she doesn't watch her drink, could easily be spiked. And just all the sleaziness, all the guys trying to surround on, just going, oh, this is just a nightmare.
It's really, playing with the stereotype we've seen from all the other soft drink adverts we've had so far, which just seems to be, let's use sex to sell this sugar water.
Oh, oh no, the secret ingredient is lechery in all these commercials. It's just, it's just like, this is why you drink soft drink, to sleaze on people.
Dark.
Yeah, it's like there's no possible reason for you to drink a cola that isn't connected with some kind of sex crime.
Sex crime cola.
I mean, it's
now
it's,
in
it's
diet.
It's vaguely interesting to recall that pretty much all of us on this were born in the 70s.
Yes, and I guess, but the 70s did have a certain cultural flavour to it. But it is kind of just, I don't know. I mean, I think by the time I was old enough to watch television in the 70s, these commercials were long gone, and it was just basically Ken Bruce has gone completely mad. But
this is all slightly before my time as well, because I'm an early 80s born kid. So
it just
like by the time I came on the scene, it seemed to just be diet drink after diet drink.
I think that there must have been like a very narrow window in the early 70s where they were like, oh, we can use sex to sell stuff. And then they got feedback from the general public and was like, let's not do that again. Let's just, put the soft drink on a beach and show people having fun rather than welcome to, club molestation where cola is on the menu.
Time to put the cocaine back in the Coca-Cola. Well, Grant and Poncho visit Johnny in the hospital, but not without some minor issues. I don't know. Let's someone just say, nurse!
We're looking for a patient. Johnny Lopez.
I'm sorry, no visitors.
What if those visitors have a badge?
I'm sorry, he's in intensive care. You'll need special permission.
What if one of those visitors had developed a heart condition from looking at the most beautiful nurse in the world?
All right, but don't let matron see you.
And then he hands over a can of...
She's the night bird. Hear her calling.
Yeah. I like just in that ad, in the background, you see the DJs running like reel-to-reel tapes. How cool is that?
So Grant makes the moves on the nurse.
Well, clearly the nurse is so starved for any form of affection that even this piss week hitting on is enough for her to throw the rule book out the window. It's like, go inside, beat him up, take him home with you. I don't care. Just tell me I'm cute. It's just
make sure matron doesn't see.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do when someone is in intensive care? If you're a police officer, you need
ask them questions, clearly.
Exactly.
Johnny, we're cops. We're here to help you. Who hit you? Did you get a look at the guy? Come on, Johnny, do it for the kids on the streets. Forget it, Punch. Let's split.
Eagle.
Was that you?
Eagles.
It's Johnny. Eagles? Is that the name of the gang that hit you?
What are you doing in here?
Well, hold 5, lady.
I'll hold nothing. This patient is very ill and you have no right to be disturbing him. Now please leave.
Oh, look, but
I said leave.
Now, the fact that he turned to Poncho said, was that you? So, as in, he spoke, he either thought he would speak or he farted, one or the other. But if you listen to this again...
Johnny, we're cops.
The beats in
we're
the
here
background.
To help you.
Beep.
Who hit you?
That's the overacting meter. So he's meant to be somewhat in a coma or whatever. And you can just see his eyes twitch or move a lot. So, crazy. Perfect to be on Neighbours, that's for sure.
And they managed to get a name out, Eagles.
Eagles.
I'm surprised that they think it's a gang and not the American rock band.
Imagine if he gets a word out.
Team.
He wasn't saying Eagles. He was saying export.
She's the night bird. Hear her calling.
because it's export cola.
Do you think that was what he was thinking in his head as he was dying?
Bar jar style. You know when Bar just had the donuts. He's just dream sequence.
No, he was just in that very suspicious nightclub. Yeah.
And he's watching the reel to reel go round, and he's sort of hypnotized.
Well, so after some, successful...
After getting shooed out by the matron.
Yeah. Matron.
And I think the matron comes in the matron casting book of just loads of kind of larger women.
Yeah. I'm out of here. I'm
going
to go star in a country practice now. And so Cassie and Styx visit Johnny's home and end up chatting to his mum and Tito as well.
My Johnny. I see him today in hospital. He no move.
Mrs. Lopez, we want to catch the guys that did this to your son.
Why you want to help? Police always make trouble for Johnny.
We're different kind of cops, lady. Comprendo, señora?
Comprendo.
Now, Mrs. Lopez, do you know who did this to your son?
So many gangs, so much trouble. Always fighting. Not safe anymore in this neighborhood.
What about your kid? Does he know anything?
You waste your time with little Tito. He wants to fight with the gangs. Be like his big brother. Don't you? You want to be like him, lying in hospital. I already lose one son to the streets. Now I lose another. I even hope this one will be a girl.
Gracias, signora. Hang in there. We'll be back.
Oh, dear. I do have to point out just how pissy the location of this is. It's like meant to be some, US style tenement, but it's very clearly some 30s block of flats in Melbourne where the fire escape is just the stairs to the first floor. It's like, meant to be this rundown, but it's like, well, that looks like not a bad place. It's probably where one of the, the crew live. And they've just said, yeah, we've got some stairs. You can come sit around on them.
Well, as Cassie and Styx leave, Styx notices Tito sitting on the fire escape stairs. And I guess what it is time for? A relatable story to just show that he's not just a cop.
How you doing, kid?
With guitar music as well.
Guitar music, and I love the fact there's a... Oh, I'll bring it up afterwards.
How you doing, kid? I get it. You're not talking to me because I'm the fuzz. I don't blame you. I didn't talk to cops all that much either when I was your age. Back then, I was in a gang. I ain't jiving you, Titch. I grew up in a neighborhood just like this. Used to sit on a fire escape here just like you. Sit back and stare up at them stars. I could name them all. Dreamt of one day leaving this place, being as free as a star. But then something happened. My best buddy took a switchblade in the back. It was then I wised up. There ain't no future out in the streets. I decided to become a cop. Help kids like you and your brother.
Cops don't want to help us, they hate us.
Hey kid, I got news for you. This cop cares. This ain't a joke, Tito. Your brother could die.
My brother ain't gonna die.
Oh, but what an emotional story, because Cassie was all caught up in it, and the tear.
Yeah.
The story, it makes no sense. He was a gang member who looked up at the stars and wanted to escape, but then when his mate got stabbed, he went, "Nah, I'll be a cop instead." It's like, wait, you already wanted to leave, but then you decided to become a cop? What? Huh?
And he was the leader
I feel like
too.
There's some missing elements from the story there.
I think the element was, after I killed my mate, I went on the lam and became a cop so they couldn't touch me.
No, he became a cop so he could kill more people.
Pretty much.
Because he doesn't explain who kills him. He just said that his best mate took a switchblade to the back.
Yeah, when they were throwing switchblades at each other.
Yeah, but they were doing juggling under the bridge.
I like how Styx says, I could name all the stars, and then proceeds to not name any.
Yeah.
No. Like, I could name all the stars, so, maybe I could have got a job in the sciences, but that didn't involve having a gun, so I became a cop.
I can name all the stars. Libra, Sagittarius, Cancer, Aquarius,
the Southern Cross, the
Yeah.
Southern Cross towel, the
Yeah.
Southern Cross tattoo. Just
Paul Newman, Steve McQueen.
You might want to.
I wanted to study the stars. In fact, I heard that there was a big dish in a sheep paddock,
Yeah.
which was perfect for that sort of thing.
Yes.
Welcome to the Shithouse Astronomy podcast.
If you ever want to be a skeptic, now's the right time to join that podcast.
Oh, mate.
Ugh.
That's astrology. That astrology's the predicting the future, and astronomy's the scientific. Anyways, shut up.
Well, no.
Don't bring facts into this. Yeah, exactly. Stop bringing facts into this.
As we all remember from that joke on The Bachelor that time where the guy said he was an astronomer and she said, I'm a Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an idiot. So back at the hospital, the goon goes undercover. So undercover and discreet. I mean, honestly, if he had a chance, he could easily go an undercover boss as a cleaner and no one will know the difference.
I'd watch a show called Undercover Goon. That'd be good.
Well, follow the murderous adventures of a large gentleman.
Yeah. Well, he goes undercover as a night cleaner and disconnects Johnny's life support right in front of the nurse, like the nurse's
Can I
desk.
just have a pedantry at this moment?
Oh yeah, sure,
Right.
because I've got to dust him off.
Pedantry.
Go.
Right. Okay. So he pulls out the machines. Except, what are the machines actually doing? Because he doesn't have like a breathing mask.
The
right?
only machine
There's a
he
few
pulls
white,
out
right?
is
It's
the heart monitor.
Yeah.
That's it. And the heart
Right.
monitor will go beep when it's disconnected. That doesn't mean he's dead.
You
It
know
just
what he
means
died
he's
of?
disconnected.
You know what he died of? Overacting.
Yeah.
So full circle. Speaking of
He
which,
saw the goon come in and,
Yeah,
and
so that's,
act him out of the room, and he just thought, I'm gonna have to die now.
So yeah, that's the 9th death this series. So chalk it up.
That should be just coming through on the Deathalyzer now.
There we go.
beautiful.
Did we do the Deathalyzer for Johnny's death?
No, just now.
We didn't.
No, well, that wasn't the. Yeah, he didn't die then.
right.
He died
Okay.
just now.
He was just knocked
Yeah,
unconscious by a Kinder Surprise
Yeah.
toy. So
now, also, did you notice the book that the nurse was reading?
It was a romance sort of novel, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
a
Love
Mills
Lies
and
Dying
Boone.
or something.
Yeah, Love Lies Dying.
Yeah.
Now, it turns out that they didn't cover up the title, which is on the back of the book, which says Dark Venetian. So yeah, I managed to find on Goodreads. That's the full cover there. Dark Venetian.
I actually thought that she was reading a copy of the Funky Squad Annual.
So
Yeah.
basically, it's Dark Venetian by Anne Mather. That's Anne Mather as opposed to First Assistant Director of Funky Squad, Annie Mather.
Yeah.
And this is the synopsis on Goodreads. Emma's visit to Venice was as eventful as it was unexpected. She ought to have known that her stepmother never did anything except for purely selfish reasons. And even a holiday in a sumptuous palazzo could not compensate Emma for heartache that followed. For her stepmother was intent on marrying the magnetically attractive Count Vidal Cesare, the impoverished lord of the palazzo, for the sole purpose of adding a title to her wealth. Only now it was doubtful whether the Count could sacrifice everything for money, especially with the physical attraction he obviously felt for Emma, simmering between them.
Well, it sounds like that she went down for the Count.
Pretty much, yeah. So that's one of over 160 romance novels that were published under. In fact, Anne Mather is the pen name of the popular British author Mildred Grieveson. So yeah, she authored over 160 romance novels under the names Anne Mather, as well as Caroline Fleming and Cardine Fleming, which might have been a kerning issue, I think, there. Cardine, Caroline.
I don't know. Just as long as there's plenty of references to Cola and Dark Venetian, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, at Funky Squad headquarters, the team get an update on Johnny's condition, and the bandits are not going to like it at all.
Police update.
Maybe we hit the hospital again. If Johnny's come good, he might have something more to say.
Want to visit Johnny? He's got a new address. City Morgue.
Freak out. He was our main lead.
Yeah, well, now he's wearing a toe tag.
Guys, time's running out. We've got 7 hours to crack this case before the chief pulls the plug. Bad news any way you slice it.
Yeah, and how's this for a choice cut? When Johnny's gang gets the news of this, the streets are going to be a battlefield.
Are we gonna let Johnny die for nothing? No! Johnny
No!
looked after us when he was alive. Now we're gonna look after him when he's dead!
Yeah!
Midnight, under the bridge, skulls are gonna sign a death warrant with their own blood!
Yeah!
What? How are the Skulls signing a death warrant with their own blood?
Well, if you're dead, you can't really sign it, can you?
No, just so
Yeah.
confusing.
It makes about as much sense as anything else in this program.
It does very much have the vibe of them writing it all like in one night and throwing in stuff that sort of, yeah, that seems to make sense. Yeah, whatever, let's go. When you stop and think about it, it's like, hang on a second, what is going on here?
Yeah. Well, then...
Speaking of which...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, time for an ad break.
How would you like a new Tirana hatchback, just like mine? Can't afford it? Don't be too sure of that. Why not get your husband to talk to Neil Nielsen about leasing one? His rates are very reasonable. In fact, your husband can lease any one of Neil's great Holden range. Neil will pay cash for your old car, so how about leasing a hatchback just like mine, or a Gemini? From Neil Nielsen, 980 Burwood Highway, Ferntree Gully. Phone 758-2222.
Wow. First you get a racist cola, now you get a sexist car dealership.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it does show you where the attention is going in 1970s ads. When you're not marketing to the wives, you're telling the wife to tell your husband to go and see Neil Nielsen.
Go buy Tirana.
Here's my chance to be boring, but wasn't there a point? I'm not sure exactly when, but it was quite late in the day that it was like, oh yes, and women can get credit separate from their husbands and that kind of thing.
Yeah, this was a thing.
So
yeah, I think until at least the 60s, possibly into the 70s, where women could not take out loans to buy houses or maybe even get a car.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it does reflect that, I guess.
Yeah, it may very well have been that a very narrow window where you had colour television, but also you weren't able to, go and get a loan. And so they were kind of going, well, this is a segment of the market as it stands. Let's advertise to them.
Well, I looked up Neil Nielsen's car dealership. There is a car dealership still existing in Ferntree Gully.
Yeah.
But and it's expanded a lot, but doesn't have any Neil Nielsen written on it. And it's a name that he likes so much, he got named twice with it. Neil Nielsen.
Yes, I'm reminded too much of that Martin Malloy sketch that's on one of their CDs.
The
about
Gordon
program.
Well, I'm sure that Gordon program with the host Neil O'Neill, Neil Nielsen sponsored it. So,
yeah. There is still a car dealership at 980 Burwood Highway, Ferntree Gully, but it's now Ferntree Gully Automotive. This shows you how much the landscape has changed now that we don't make any cars in Australia. Mm-hmm. Ferntree Gully Automotive are the home of Ferntree Gully Volkswagen, Ferntree Gully GMSV, Ferntree Gully Suzuki, Ferntree Gully KGM, Ferntree Gully Isuzu Ute, Cherry Ferntree Gully Holden Service, and Omoda JQ Ferntree Gully.
Nice.
So, and they're also part of the Tony White group of car dealerships.
Oh, Tony White.
Oh.
So, yes.
Mr. Big Pencil?
He's got the sharpest pencil in town.
Wow, Mr. Big Prop. But I'm kind of feeling sorry for Bob Moran. He's feeling a bit left out, I'm sure. But he was mainly Adelaide, wasn't he?
He also went bankrupt. So, no one really knows what Bob's up to these days.
Well, I will squeeze in for New South Welshman. I'll get in Tony Packard from Tony Packard Holden, just up the Windsor Road from Balcombe Hills, and let him do it right for you. Yeah. So there we go. We're covered Sydney, Melbourne, and Adelaide. Screw the rest of Australia.
sorry, Brisbane, Perth, Darwin, Alice Springs, and Hobart.
Well, if you know any of something iconic in your area, please let us know.
Geelong has Blood Toyota, which is always
Blood Toyota.
Yes,
wow.
Part of the Blood group. There was also a Blood Dentist, I think, as well.
There was the Blood Comedy Group, which did Let the Blood Run Free. So
I'm not sure. Maybe they branched out into Toyota ownership.
So Ian McFadgen branched out to that. Fine, yeah. Go him for a car deal. Let them
yes and a good deal for you.
Well, Funky Squad are checking out the Streets. I swear, Streets Ice Cream should have sponsored this episode of Funky Squad.
Now, is this the bit where they're driving down the street?
Driving down an alleyway.
Yeah, they're driving down the laneway, and I'm pretty sure if it's not the laneway from the earlier art-related episode, it's one very close to it. And you can tell if you look at the background, they're not driving very far before they loop back around.
But I love the fact that as they're driving down, they says, look at the places are empty and been abandoned. And then, bam, there's one person in there in the barber shop. So I don't know if it was the barber or a customer at all. But, the stores are borderline abandoned.
Hey, don't hurt us.
Hey, relax, Max. We're cops.
You don't look like it.
We're looking for a gang, the Eagles. Have you heard of them?
Eagles? Yes.
Hotel
No, not a gang.
If it's not a gang, what is it?
It's name of company that buy my shop. Eagle Corporation. Also buy that shop, and that office. Mr. Strickland, very rich boss man.
Strickland?
Boss of Eagle Corporation.
Man, that cat's been involved in more property scams than I've had hot dinners.
So when Johnny said he'd been slugged by someone from the Eagles, he wasn't talking about no gang. He was talking about the corporation.
So Strickland's behind all this?
It's starting to look that way. We need a few more hours.
Time to apply for an extension.
When he's been slugged, he was actually saying, I've been slugged by an eagle. He was slugged by Joe Walsh, so the guitarist. God, that's a terrible joke.
So there you go. It's Eagle Corporation. And all I can think of when I hear the name Eagle Corporation is the very similarly named Adelaide business, the Peregrine Corporation, which used to run all of the on-the-run service stations in Adelaide before they sold it to one of the big companies a few years ago.
The chief initially refuses Funky Squad an extension until he sees the autopsy report, which he then gives them an extra 24 hours. But as they go outside, they receive a tip-off from an unexpected person, Toto. Sorry, not Toto. Tito.
All right, we got more time.
That was the easy bit. Now we're going to start putting the pieces together.
Why don't we just move in on Strickland?
Move in with what? We've got no evidence to pin on him, and our only witness just checked out.
Guys, problem number 2. By now, bandits are hip to Johnny's death. And if I know the Streets, they're going to be after blood. Skull's blood.
We've got to stop it.
But where? When?
Oh, there's Tito's theme
Tito.
again.
Heard about your big brother. What's going down?
There's gonna be a rumble
I knew it. Where?
under the bridge, midnight.
Hey, Tito, you did the right thing. Johnny will be proud of you.
Well, under the bridge downtown, that's where they will draw some blood.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they just said there's going to be blood on the streets, Skull's blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, they were writing songs for Red Hot Chili Peppers before they existed. Well, that night, the bandits and the Skulls meet up under the bridge.
Now, I just want to raise something before we get there. It's like the middle of the afternoon in the previous scene, and Funky Squad have got no time to do any other cases. So what? They've just been waiting till midnight. They've spent 8 hours doing nothing. all the rich folks are still getting robbed, and they're just like
they've been practicing their monologues for the next scene.
I assume they were just driving around checking under every bridge downtown, because I mean, it's the bridge downtown that doesn't narrow it down too much.
No.
The bridge. The rumble is under the bridge. There's only one bridge. They all know the bridge.
But this isn't the bridge
Styx knows the bridge.
This isn't.
Tito knows the bridge.
Yeah.
But this isn't the bridge from the earlier episode. There must be at least 2 bridges.
Well, Styx is from the street, so he knows. Yeah.
What, the other bridge wasn't on the streets. This is the bridge on the streets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
All
I
right.
think I got it.
Good. Because Styx does intervene when the gangs turn up and then reveals his secret.
So how come you're so wise to the scene?
Because I'm a cop.
We can listen to a cop? We've been listening to cops all our lives. Now listen to this.
Hey, don't hurt him.
Hey, it's Johnny's kid brother. Get out of the way, kid.
He tried to help Johnny.
Why would a cop ever try and help us?
Does this answer your question?
He's a scorpion. You were in the Scorpions. The toughest gang ever to rule this neighborhood?
I wasn't just in them, I was their leader. But I split when I realized I was fighting for nothing. Tearing the streets apart. My own turf. My own home. And that's what you cats are doing. You don't even know why you're fighting. It's scum like Strickland got you on a string.
We never wanted to fight. We was just protecting our turf from the skulls.
Yeah, we never wanted to fight neither.
Well, and the time we called a truce? Come on, do it for Johnny.
Do it for Johnny.
They're pretty piss-weak gangs.
Yeah, also, what accent are they doing? It's kind of like the Chief. It's sort of semi-American kind of, you know,
there is a bit of
very-
sort of Latino, Hispanic kind of
Yeah, it's the Sharks and the Jets, you know. It's like
Have a listen to it again, right? Okay. And I'll quickly stop it at one certain point.
So how come you're so wise to the scene?
Because I'm a cop.
We can listen to a cop?
We've been listening to cops all our lives. Now listen to this.
Yeah. Now listen to this, and then he goes, dun dun. It's like, hey, he knows how to play the bongos. That's one way to break up a crime gang. Just break out in song.
What, you think a bongo player just emerges from...
It's just like, hey, we're trying to have an argument here. We're trying to have a fight, and you're over there playing your fucking bongos.
well, I mean, the gangs, considering they've been tearing up the neighborhood, as soon as they're confronted with the reality, it's like, oh, we didn't want to fight. No, we didn't want to fight either. Like, you guys are piss weak. No wonder the Scorpions probably just smashed a couple of cars and became the toughest gang to ever rule the neighborhood, because everyone else is like, oh, we don't really want to fight. I'm disgusted.
It was nice to see those two gangs reconciling and shaking each other's hands a bit like two sporting teams after a game.
Yeah, great century, mate.
Yeah.
And the thing, and it sort of turns away as he does it. Anyway,
yeah. And so what they do, later, Funky Squad door knock on Strickland's home.
The police. How convenient. Do come in.
Miles Strickland.
Property developer?
Head of Eagle Corporation.
My. We have been doing our homework, haven't we? And who's this? The Fab Four's silent partner?
You'd be pretty silent if you'd taken a bullet in the tongue.
Yes? Well, how unfortunate. Now, I've been meaning to call you about those disturbances downtown. I've recently purchased some properties there and...
We know about the disturbances, and we know about the murder of Johnny Lopez. You're behind both of them.
I do enjoy police officers with a sense of humor.
This ain't no joke, man.
I trust you have evidence for these outrageous accusations.
Who needs evidence when we've got a full confession?
Another comedian. I'm beginning to tire of this routine. So unless you have a warrant, kindly get out of here and leave us alone.
Gladly.
seeing as you've got visitors.
What?
Go outside and there's the skulls and the bandits, standing up front.
Whoever the gangs are, they're out there.
Yeah. I know, they're a bit of everything, aren't they?
Wait. So I couldn't quite figure out how they solved the crime. Like they said, we've got a confession, but they don't have a confession.
Well, not yet.
Is the inference that the gangs are going to beat a confession out of him and then they'll arrest
I think
him?
so.
Yeah. Well, this is...
So hang on. The police are condoning kind of gang violence if it helps them arrest the guy.
Well,
I mean,
If it helps drive down property prices.
All right, I confess. I did it. Don't let them kill me.
Silver service time, Chaz.
Hey. Today's a big day. It's the day justice came back to the streets.
Yeah.
But,
like if all those journalists had done something similar to Hugh Marks, there wouldn't have been an ABC strike.
No.
Oh, that's a bit too soon. No,
I feel like a half decent lawyer could get Strickland off on the basis that he was kind of coerced into confessing just to get away from the gangs. But anyway, he's been arrested. It's all fine now.
Yeah,
peace on the streets.
Did you notice that that when Funky Squad were leaving the premises and Grant does his Jedi wave tricks, like it's all he's all yours type thing. So not just only that, they get the confession and then they look up to the sky knowing that they got justice. Yes. Johnny, yes.
Disappointing they didn't have like a silhouette of Johnny Lion King style looking down on them, just like nodding approvingly that they've used the gangs to terrorize a real estate man into confessing to murder. You know, that's how they do it on the streets.
Yep. Hey, he's probably and he's probably one of those socialites as well, that because he's rich and they get them burgled and stuff like that. So it'd be all part of the same thing.
Well, now that the gangs know where the rich people live, they can just steal all their stuff while they're there.
Yeah.
So that'll work out well for everyone.
And giving it back to the streets.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's ad break time. It's a porno.
Genetics. Jeans and jackets individually styled for males and females. Genetics. In laundered denim, washed blue and laundered khaki. Genetics by Colonials. Out of this world.
I think someone watched Xanadu before they made that ad.
Yeah.
I was going to say
what is this? Like a space nightclub where everyone's wearing denim? I don't understand.
It's a deleted
And then they go walking over footage of a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's the opening to Zardos or Logan's Run.
Yeah,
I think someone's been on the wacky tobacco when they wrote that ad. But anyway,
I'm thinking like they start taking their clothes off. I'm going, holy crap! They actually put a porno in here. So, and then it wasn't until they put the denim, and it's like
no, it was just somebody smoking some laundered denim, or smoking the old laundered khaki.
Yeah. Back at police headquarters, they do have the final results.
In an amazing turnaround, former rival gang members are now working together to build a basketball stadium for local underprivileged youth.
You know what they're going to call it? The Johnny Lopez Memorial Centre.
So now the gangs aren't fighting with each other. Who are they going to fight? Hey.
But before I continue that, what happens if Johnny actually didn't like basketball?
Yeah, well,
he was playing pool at the beginning of the episode.
Well,
build a pool hall, you bastards.
But when they say they're building a basketball stadium, is this like going to be up to code? Is it going to be like, safe for people to walk in? It's just going to be...
Yeah, unfortunately it fell down and then burnt to the ground later.
It's just a pile of like lawn chairs stacked on top of each other with a basketball hoop on top.
And they'll have Eddie Charlton opening up the basketball stadium. It's like, he was a pool player. What the hell am I doing here? So anyway, here's the whole thing.
In an amazing turnaround, former rival gang members are now working together to build a basketball stadium for local underprivileged youth.
You know what they're going to call it? The Johnny Lopez Memorial Centre.
So now the gangs aren't fighting with each other, who are they going to fight?
Hey, they ain't going to be fighting no one.
You just don't get it. You give kids hate, you get hate back.
You give them love, you get love back.
Hey, speaking of love, are you free tonight? Then we can have some free love.
Oh, hop into some genetics.
Yeah. Him and the hot policewoman.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's just bought a case of that dark cola, so, it's all going on.
They're going down to the reel-to-reel nightclub to,
in their genetics to to get it on.
And then if they get married, he can lease her a lovely Gemini from Neil Nielsen.
Yeah. Oh, the Tirana, yeah.
The perfect 70s marriage. Yeah.
Right. And so the chief updates the team. Strickland is in the poo, and City Hall has had all the business contracts invalid. Now, the chief also does apologise for judging people from the streets. And there is
don't worry, he'll be back. He'll be back again next week to judge them again.
I still want to know what's happened with his daughter.
We'll never hear about her again. Don't worry.
No. But there is a knock on the door, though.
Someone here to see you?
Ah, Senora Lopez.
Hola.
Tito. Tito has come to say goodbye and thank you.
Where you going, little brother?
He's going
Australian
to junior
Idol.
college. Yes, it's true. He's going to study the stars.
I brought you a present.
Hey, what's this?
Try it.
Yeah, that looked like a switch.
It's a flick knife, but instead of the knife being there, it's a comb.
Yeah.
I think that the real joke at the end was all those rich people's houses that got burglarized and the cops never bothered investigating.
They all got held up by a comb.
Guys.
I thought that was going to come back in at some point. They would find a way to wrap that up. But it was just like, no, Funky Squad just didn't give a shit, and that was it. If Funky Squad doesn't care about the crimes that are happening to you, they don't get solved.
Exactly. At least
presumably they send Constable Straightlace or whatever he's called over to go and
Officer
sort that out.
Mullaney.
Officer Mullaney, thank you.
Yeah. Well, that concludes Funky Squad episode 5 and the Champagne Comedy Podcast episode 84. There really wasn't much with this episode. It was too straight.
Yeah. It was a showcase for Styx. That was pretty much the only bit that stood out to me. He got to give a few speeches about the streets, and that was it.
Yeah.
I think as this series goes on, there's kind of less and less to say because it's not like each episode has got a lot of depth to it, shall we say. We've sort of covered it already. But anyway.
It's
hey, this is a shorter
episodes
episode
to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah. Hooray.
So what's your conclusion of the series, Tony? It's a bit shit? Is that what you're saying?
Look, it's like I really enjoyed it when it was the music video for Sabotage, but after like a couple of hours, I'm sort of feeling that maybe the ground has been covered. I do find myself mostly scanning the backgrounds for recognisable Melbourne landmarks I can point out. It's kind of, and even in this one, a lot of the shop fronts was like, I reckon that stuff's been demolished. I don't think that still exists now. And that's not a comedy high point.
Nah.
Yeah.
Well, feel free to email your complaints to champagnelateshow@gmail.com.
No more respect to Funky Squad.
Yay.
Nah.
And check this episode's show notes for all our socials. Or on Facebook, search for the Champagne Comedy Podcast Group. And also feel free to treat us to a coffee, which is, or treat us to an export cola, dark cola. Buy me a, no, I won't say that one. Buymeacoffee.com/TLS Champagne Pod.
Can one of you get me a lease on a Gemini, by the way?
Yeah, sure. Doris.
I'll talk to my husband.
But Thank you very much, Alison, Daniel, and Tony, for coming on this episode. And also, thank you to the contributors. Thank you to Tim for buying us a coffee. Really appreciate it. And also to you, the listener, for downloading. My name is Matt, and we'll catch you next episode. Bye.
Yeah, episode 6.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Champagne Comedy Podcast, created by fans for the fans. For more information on this podcast, please visit champagnecomedy.com. Produced by Matt Fulton Productions, mattfulton.com.au.
She's the night bird, hear her calling, says the right word. Now I'm falling, no use fighting it, no wrong or right in it, boy. You just got to give in. Yeah.
No use in fighting, no wrong or right. Sounds like
Just drink it without permission.
This sounds like the kind of thing
Without consent.
Oh, and also a quick Happy Easter, everyone.
Oh, Happy Easter.
Which gives us the excuse to play this.
No, grieve not. Your suffering shall end. 3 days have now transpired. Let me roll away the rock.
It's a new guy!
From Neil Nielsen. In fact.
No, that's from the Gospel according to Turpie.